TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, May 25th, 2017. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Well, about a month ago, the House of Representatives passed its repeal of the Obamacare health insurance law. The bill has been sitting in the House of Representatives and has not yet been passed to the Senate. Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, has been waiting for the Congressional Budget Office financial scoring of the bill before he sends it on to the next chamber. That news came yesterday. The CBO said that the replacement law will leave 23 million people uninsured by the year 2026 if that act became law. It also indicated that it will only reduce the budget deficit by $119 billion over 10 years. It's about $11 billion a year. That's a far lower number than the earlier ACA replacement bill that had been passed earlier in the year. In the Senate, Mitch McConnell, the Republican majority leader, says, "I don't know how we're going to get to 50 votes at this moment, but certainly that's the goal." The biggest savings from the bill is going to come from Medicaid cuts, which serves low-income Americans. That program would face about $884 billion in cuts. Now, these cuts are on top of the proposed cuts, another $800 billion cuts that have been proposed by the Trump budget that just went to Capitol Hill earlier this week. This bill, as the Senate has indicated several times, is dead on arrival in that chamber. They're beginning from scratch. Whether or not the compromise bill they're going to be able to work out, which is going to be far more moderate, is going to be acceptable to House hardliners is a different matter entirely. The investigation into the suicide blast in Manchester, England that killed 22 people has continued at a very fast pace. The investigation has now spread to Libya and Germany. Arrests have been made in Libya when the perpetrator's father and brother were arrested there. Apparently, the brother had full knowledge of the plot that unfolded in Manchester. And in Germany, it was discovered that the perpetrator, the 22-year-old suicide bomber, had been in Dusseldorf, Germany, as recently as last weekend. It's unknown whether or not he has connections now with terrorist cells that have been identified in Germany. Another line of speculation that has begun to emerge is that despite the fact that the Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attack, it's now suspected that the perpetrator may in fact have had links with al-Qaeda. A flap has developed between the British intelligence agencies and the American intelligence agencies as the New York Times published photos and details of the investigation on its website. These photos were leaked apparently by American intelligence sources. The British have thus decided that they are not, repeat, not sharing any further information with the Americans. That Trump budget that went up to Capitol Hill on Monday also included cuts for crop insurance, federal subsidies that support the farm insurance market. Farmers and crop insurers came out swinging against a proposed 36% reduction in federal crop insurance subsidies. The Republican leaders of agricultural committees in both the House of Representatives and the Senate have already declared their opposition to those cuts. About 1.8 million farms in the United States participate in the insurance program and/or the price protection plan subsidized by the government. An explosion at a West Virginia industrial plant has killed 2 people and injured a third. This happened yesterday afternoon at the Midland Resource Recoveries plant. It was a facility that odorizes natural gas. Exact details of what happened are not available. The Department of Environmental Protection and the U.S. Occupational Health and Safety Administration are investigating. Earlier today, OPEC decided to extend its oil output cuts by another 9 months to March of 2018. The cuts are likely to be shared again by a dozen non-members, including most especially Russia, which is not a member of OPEC but has acted in tandem with them on the production cuts. The key to production cuts is hopefully by taking oil off the market, the price of oil increases. The price of oil has in fact pushed back up above $50 a barrel this year. What this has done correspondingly is spurred growth in the U.S. shale industry, which had lain dormant when the price was too low, but is now beginning to produce oil again. It was precisely the American shale oil production that caused the glut to begin with. The car maker Tesla is coming under fire for injury rates at its flagship plant in Fremont, California. Tesla says, though, that factory conditions are improving. A California-based worker advocacy group released a report last night showing that injury rates at the company's Fremont manufacturing facility were higher than the industry average in 2014 and 2015. In fact, they're a lot higher. They're about 69% higher in 2014 and 103% higher in 2015. Tesla said that they've made changes to improve factory conditions, like reducing the number of hours employee works, as well as hiring an ergonomist to redesign equipment to prevent on-site injuries. Tesla said that they're learning to become a car company. So we'll see what happens there. President Trump now is in Brussels for the NATO meeting, which he once declared obsolete. We'll see what he says. And then he's flying to Sicily tonight, where he's going to spend the remainder of his trip meeting with the G7 leaders. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.